Oh my god. Okay. Hi. Hello. I'm not dead. I know some of you thought I was dead, but I'm not. At least not all of me. Okay, so this video is going to be like super quick and just a total mess, which is about what I can do right now. I know I vanished for a little while, like 2 months or so after like posting a bunch, but I am back. I am going to be making a ton more videos. I actually have a bunch of stuff filmed. I just have to edit it. And this video is just like a quick rundown of like what I've been up to, and hopefully I will make videos unpacking all of this because uh apparently you guys like when I kind of talk about like how I work in like the publishing world and kind of my like career maneuvers. So get ready for more of that, I guess. But what I've been up to, like the quick rundown. So let's see. In November, I quit my job, like my day job, my full-time day job, my like W-2 job with a salary and benefits and everything, because I'm a complete idiot. And decided I was like, yeah, I don't need healthcare during like a pandemic. I didn't make this decision lightly, and it came with a ton of talks with like my accountant and with my agent and with my like friends who are full-time writers. And so I'm still sort of like grappling with the fallout of this because you can't really anticipate everything when you make a decision like this, no matter how much research you do. And so while it was a very informed decision, like it sort of put me in a pressurized spot to perform a bunch of other things, like with like a lot of diligence, which I'll talk about in a second. But the point being is that I quit my job. I had gotten to a point where I was ready to try giving my writing career, my book career, sort of my all. And I also really wanted time to do kind of like the extracurricular stuff, like making videos. And so in my head, I was like, I want to quit my job, and then I'm going to have all of this time to record videos and like do arts and crafts and blah 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 blah. And that's true. That will be hopefully the case. But I also had a ton of stuff to like kind of get out of the way before I can become this like full-time artist that I've like perceived in my brain. So that was November. And then in December, I had to do a ton of stuff to get ready for the Bedazzled launch. If you guys don't know, and I should have made like some sort of video about this, but I just like I couldn't. I was way too busy. My second book came out, Bedazzled, queer YA romance. It's about two boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, battling it out during like a arts and crafts competition at like a Comic-Con type setting, and it's awesome. This book is awesome. I like fully say that, even though I wrote it, because, well, first of all, people really like it, so like pat on the back to me, but also like I really like this book, and I feel like it is some of like my best writing, and the structure is really strong. So I don't know. This book is great. I'm really proud of it. And if you haven't read it already, please check it out. Also, if you have read it, and for all of the people that like made videos and tagged me into their like comments and their reviews, thank you so much. Like, I don't know, with a second book, you always sort of worry. I say this as if I've had like many second books. I'll say it my way. I wrote Reverie, and that was a huge splashy situation because it was the lead title for my publisher, and so I sort of knew to expect a lot. But Bedazzled, as like a sophomore novel, I didn't think was going to get as much attention as Reverie, and it hasn't. Like for instance, like this wasn't a Barnes and Noble YA book club pick, right? But at the same time, the response has been like overwhelmingly positive with Bedazzled. Whereas like Reverie, some people like super loved it, some people like really didn't like it, and a lot of people were sort of like confused in the middle. Like I would say the majority of people, at least this is like what I see as the author. Like so it's gonna be biased because people will tag me into like their positive reviews. It's pretty rare that people will like tag me into like something where they like eviscerate me. I think they probably know better. But yeah, from what I've seen, people have really enjoyed this book. So that means the world to me. I'm really happy about it because also it's like a queer rom-com, like in the contemporary space. It's a total diversion from like high fantasy, which is what I sort of have been known for up until this time. So I wasn't sure if people were going to follow me, and I don't know. I'm just very grateful. So anyhow, if you are one of the many people that has reached out to me about this book, thank you for reading it. It means the absolute world. And if you're interested, you can check it out. I will leave some bio links down below. But yeah, anyhow, Bedazzled. It came out on, oh my god, when did it come out? It came out January 5th. How do I not know this? Oh my god, I'm sorry. This is like who I am right now. Anyhow, that was December, and then in January, I wrote an entire third book, which I know sounds like I'm being dramatic. I'm actually not. I did write an entire book in January, and it was not by choice. It sort of just happened that way, and I'll make a longer video about this because I actually think it'd be very useful to people just in terms of like understanding like timelines and like deadlines in publishing and how you can kind of get yourself into a bind if you're not careful like I did. But the deal is, I sold a book over the summer and I couldn't tell anybody about it. Actually, I don't think it was even over the summer. It was like, that's when like the talks began, and then there was this whole like auction situation, and it got like really intense. And then you have to go into like contracts and all of that fun stuff. And so, like, when everything was said and done, it was November, which, if you'll remember, that's when I quit my job. So, the reason I quit my job, the reason I was able to do this is because finally, by the time like all that dust had settled, I knew that I was going to basically have like income for like the next X amount of time, we'll say, and that's from this new book deal. So I just got to announce it, I think, last week, and if you follow me on social media, you probably saw me posting about it. I'll like edit something right here, but I'm very excited about this book. I can't say too much about it, and at some point I'll make again a longer video about this, but the book is called The Honeys, and it is a horror novel that I'm doing with Scholastic. And so you probably know Scholastic. They do, you know, a book here and there, like The Hunger Games and like the Ugly series and like Harry Potter, I think. Totally kidding. I'm like very excited to work with Scholastic. It's sort of iconic. And the fact that like they're working with me on like a queer horror novel is like monumental. And so there will be many more details to come, but the point is that we sold this book, we being my agent and I sold this book in the summer, and I had like the idea and a few chapters written, because you need that when you sell a book on proposal. That's a longer video, but I didn't really have like much more than that, and publishers sort of expect you to, right? Like they're thinking like, oh, you're a writer, you write books, you probably have a lot of this written. But I didn't. I had when we sold the book, I had some of it written. I had, I think, like 3 chapters, synopsis, and like a very detailed outline. I knew what I wanted to do with it, but not a ton actually on the page. And then I had to wrap up my day job in November, and then I had to launch Bedazzled. So it left me like basically January post book launch to really like finish writing this book. And by finish, I mean like write basically all of it. Because even the stuff that I had written, like I wanted to rewrite. And so I think when all said and done, I like did some of it in December, like a few days in December, and then like the rest in January, and it was due on like Feb 1. And I've never had to write so much so quickly. You can imagine, didn't leave a ton of time for other things. And so no one heard from me for like January. Everyone, I think like a few people, like I would text daily, and some people would like check in, and my parents would like poke me once in a while on FaceTime and be like, "Are you okay?" But for the most part, like it was just me in front of my desk for like 14 hours a day writing this book. And so that's where I've been. And now here we are. I've turned this book in. I'm waiting to get edits back on it. And my plan is to make a lot more videos going forward. Maybe even like, I don't know, aspirationally, I would love to do sort of like weekly updates like this, really informal, just talking about kind of what I'm up to, what I'm working on, answering questions. But we'll see. I've made big claims in the past, and I tend to always fail. Anyhow, that's what I'm up to. It is so good to be back. It's good to see all of your smiling faces in my imagination. Anyhow, I'm gonna cut this short because this is so funny. The thing that I'm doing tonight. So right now it is February 9th, I think. And here it is. Phil Stamper's new book just came out, As Far As You'll Take Me, and I actually blurb this book. It's incredible. It's so good. I just reread the ending because I wanted to be prepared, because tonight I am helping Phil launch the book. We're doing a launch event with Claribel A. Ortega, and it's the book is I don't know if you can see. It's about a young oboist, and for the launch event, we're gonna have a recorder recital. So Phil sent us recorders, and we're doing songs. So I've been practicing, and I am utterly disgraceful. I used to play the flute. If my like recorder teacher could see me right now, like I literally had a recorder teacher, and like this is like elementary school, by the way, she would be so disgusted. But I'm having fun, and I'm so excited to perform. So if I get this post up in time, which is questionable, I will leave a link down below. Or you know what I'll do? I'll like link the recording of it so you guys can watch us play the recorder. I actually think Phil's gonna be pretty good. I have no idea if Claribel's good at the recorder. Claribel has like all of these like, I call them secret talents just because like they're secret to me, But the fact of the matter is, Clarabelle has like done every job under the sun and always like manages to surprise me when I'm like, how, like I didn't know you could like, I didn't know you were a blacksmith, and Clarabelle will be like, oh yeah, like I went to like blacksmithing college, and I'll be like, oh, okay, of course, sure. All right, so I gotta go practice, but it was good catching up with y'all. Let me know how you're doing. Send me some writing updates in the comments. I want to hear what you guys are up to, and I will hopefully be making more videos more frequently soon. All right, it's good to be back. Bye.